let's get into main topic number 1. And our first main topic today gets submitted to us by Preston Bell. And Preston Bell writes, "Hey, John and Erin, I hope you are having a thrilling Thursday so far. So, it has been confirmed by MovieWeb that Lashana Lynch, I always twist, there are a lot of L's in there, I always get twisted in her name, is the new 007 in the upcoming Bond film, No Time to Die. Apparently, Bond is retired at the beginning of the movie, and Lashana's character, Nomi, will take his place as 007. This will be the first female black actress to play the part of the 00 agent. What are your thoughts, and do you think a woman should replace James Bond?" All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And look, yes, there is articles, and it wasn't MovieWeb that confirmed this. This was other news outlets that did. But it is kind of just reaffirming something that we basically already knew, right? In this movie, No Time to Die, whenever we get around to seeing it, in No Time to Die, the movie starts off with James Bond being retired. And one of the new 00 agents, Nomi, being played by Lynch, she is now the new 007. Now, when the word of this first got out, it had a lot of people getting their underwear all knotted up their pucker hole. Because they're like, God, why is there a new James Bond? Why is it a woman being a James Bond? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, look. And all this story is doing is affirming something that we already knew. All right? 007 is an employee number. All right? She is not the new James Bond. Can everybody just pull it out? It's not the new James Bond. Daniel Craig, for now, is still James Bond. It's just that he's not in the company anymore, and they only have so many numbers. So now somebody else comes around, gets that new employee number. When somebody else, I mean, they'll probably retire number 12 at some point, but when somebody else comes around on the Patriots and wears Tom Brady's own number, it's just the guy wearing that number now. He's not the new Tom Brady. You see what I'm saying here? See what I'm saying? It's not that complicated. So look, what is the story here is that we're having our first black woman in the James Bond universe that is a 00 agent. The fact that she's got James Bond's old employee number is irrelevant, okay? That's the key thing. And I think this sounds great. Now, this is what got written to us by Screen Rant, who wrote, "The confirmation that Lynch is the new 007 ties in with what was seen in the latest trailer for No Time to Die, which sets her up as not only a comedic foil for Craig's Bond, I'll put a bullet in your knee, the good one, but also as an equal, with the pair seen embarking on the movie's central mission together. Whether Lynch's character lives up to the title is another matter entirely, especially since there are also hints in the trailer that Bond is betrayed by another character, which may well turn out to be Nomi, which would be a really interesting plot twist, if that isn't Madeline Swan or Paloma as expected." So, yeah, they have confirmed that, yep, we all kind of suspected it. We thought we knew this was the case. She's a new 007. But do not freak out, people. That does not make her the new James Bond. She's just the new agent who's taking over a number that is not currently being used. So everybody take a breath. Anyway, I have really liked Lynch's work. And I love the trailers. You know, in that one scene, again, it's probably my favorite moment in the new James Bond trailers. When she says to him, "If you get in my way," and she's talking to Bond, "I'll put a bullet in your knee, the one that still works." I just think that's hilarious. I cannot wait to see their on-screen dynamic. So I think this is great. Erin, you saw this news and this report. What do you think about it?
Well, yes, as you said, this is not new news. It's just, but it is something worth talking about as we hopefully are inching closer to seeing No Time to Die.
Hopefully.
Do we have an actual release date for that yet?
They moved again. I can't remember if it's April or May. They moved it.
It's like a moving target at a state fair.
Yes.
So no, I'm really excited about this. As you said, absolutely. This is not a new James Bond. James Bond is James Bond is James Bond, and James Bond is not going to be replaced with Jamie Bond. And yes, it's April,
by the way. It's April.
Oh, it is April. Okay, good. James Bond will not be replaced with Jamie Bond. It is, as you said, just a number. But, also I think that, one of the reasons why this franchise has continued to stay in the zeitgeist. I mean, this James Bond has outlived Freddy Krueger, and Freddy Krueger lives in your nightmares. There has been so many so many Bond films, and the reason why the franchise continues to live and continues to make money is because the people behind this franchise continue to evolve. You know, Roger Moore's Bond, and I really wish that Robert Meyer Burnett were here because he is the Bond master. I mean, he really could, he would add so much more to this than I certainly ever could. But, you know, as time has evolved, as audiences have evolved, the films have evolved, you know, and what made sense during Roger Moore's time of Bond was something that doesn't make sense now. Wouldn't have made sense during Sean Connery's time. We continue to evolve, and I think that the inclusion of Lashana Lynch as one of the agents really just adds a new, exciting, different dynamic to a time period where we're wanting to see more women playing action heroes, more women, you know, stepping up and stepping into these roles in action films versus just emerging from the ocean in a bikini. Nothing wrong with that, because I certainly enjoyed Halle Berry doing that just as much as every other person on the planet did. But I'm really excited about this. I think that this is going to also add a new dynamic to the storytelling aspect of it, because how does he come back out of retirement? We know that he's going to come out of retirement. He has to. James Bond is not going to stop being 007. So then what happens to her as 007? This just makes me more intrigued to see this movie, more excited to see how he's going to reclaim his number, reclaim his crown. And if he does, or if they share it, it just makes me go, how is this going to happen? And I'm looking forward to it.
See, I think it's going to end differently. I don't think he's getting the number back, because I think, and I have no idea, I don't know this is what I think.
Okay.
I think this movie ends and he stays retired. Because remember, this is the last Daniel Craig Bond movie. This is the last time he's playing Bond,
What's
right?
the last Daniel Craig Bond?
Right, last Daniel Craig Bond. But Bond, I mean, Bond has been around since the 50s, 60s, right? So I believe when the Broccoli's do another Bond movie, I believe it's going to be a clean slate. I don't think you're going to see Ralph Fiennes come back. I don't think you're going to see any of the supporting characters come back. I actually believe they're going to say, we're starting again. This is now our new Bond, whether it's Tom Hiddleston, whether it's Henry Cavill, whether it's anybody. And they're just going to start with a clean slate. But that Bond will be the first time we actually see Bond rides off into the sunset. It's done. And that it's kind of like a Spider-Man rebooting.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I kind of think they're kind of rebooting. I think they'll reboot that. Again, I don't know that. I just kind of think that. So
that would be a great way for it to end, for Daniel Craig to be able to like ride off into the sunset, as you said, you know. But then also, if audiences fall in love with this character,
that's true. Yep.
Maybe there's a world in which, and maybe there's a world in which we have both a new Tom Hiddleston or Jack Houston or whoever it is, because I know that Jack Houston was in talks about being Bond for a while. You know, maybe there's a world in which there is a new, we start from scratch. But then we also have this spin-off character doing her own thing over here. I mean, anything goes in the wild, wild west of movie making these days.
Anything goes. Question is for you guys. What do you think about all those ideas? What's your theory on that, by the way? Jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys.